Hey folks, Adam here, and I gotta tell you, I am one of the biggest fans of 3D printing, and that's why I'm excited to tell you about Anycubic's Kobra 3 version 2 combo. They've got a lot coming out, they've got a lot of products, and that version 2 is really fantastic. So some of the things I like about it, we're gonna cover. But before we do that, I wanna show off all of these items actually, were printed on Anycubic printers. This is the Ultimate Warrior, that's Road Warrior Animal, the Warlord, and the Giant. We've also got NWO member Scott Hall, a great print. We have Kevin Nash, all of which are painted by me. And we have Andre the Giant. Yeah, I love 3D printing, and I love modeling. I love painting the models and working on them. Historically, though, 3D printing has always been problematic because, when you're doing your printing, you walk away, you let it print for an hour, and you come back and it's a pile of spaghetti. Now they've got new sensors that will shut off and will allow it to not do that. And they've got a great restart. And this printer has, 8 different color printing. So let me tell you about the features that I like so much about this device. First and foremost, it's got that 8 printing filaments. So you can go ahead and get exactly the colors and the design that you like, so you can print out and you don't have to do the painting. Now for me, of course, I like to do the painting. I like to paint these guys myself. Kevin Nash being a good example. You can see him right there. And go ahead. I love Anycubic and the fact that the Kobra 3 V2 is the latest system with active filament drying. Yeah, so that filament dries quickly, which is nice because it allows the filament to set, do the next layer, next layer, next layer, and you don't have to worry about it kind of becoming unraveled and ridiculous. This is cooling quickly. It's really fantastic. It's also got that auto leveling. That was also a pain point for early 3D printers who kind of gave up on printing. A lot of us gave up on printing because nobody wants to be messing with leveling their printer and trying to get it right. And then when it goes through, it doesn't catch. That was so difficult, right? With early 3D printing. Well, with the auto leveling, they've really one-upped and improved the process to where it's easy to set up, easy to go, no issues there. It's also faster. The next feature that they have on this is 600 millimeters per second print speed, which is much faster than the competition, much faster than previous models. And I gotta tell you that because it's faster, it's gonna be a lot less time consuming and a lot more fun. You can get a lot more done. You're not just sitting there watching it print. Now, the minimal installation is another big selling point. Has intelligent assist and it pretty much comes out of the box ready to go. I remember the first time I got a 3D printer, I was out there with a whole bunch of L-shaped tools, and I was working on it, Allen wrenches, and you're trying to get it lined up and you don't know where any of the parts go. Sitting there for a day, you're calling your friends over for assistance, you're looking at pictures of the printer online, it's ridiculous. Nowadays, the Anycubic printer is fast and efficient. Now on top of all of that, it uses that Anycubic ecosystem, so everything works very, very nice, quickly and efficiently, so that's great for me too. So folks, you're definitely gonna go ahead, at this point in the video, if you're interested in this and you're asking, should I pick it up? I'm gonna give this a resounding yes. This is great for the multiple colors, with those up to 8 different colors for the filament. The fact that it's set up easily on its own, and it's by a tremendous brand, a brand that stands behind their products time and time again. Now, something else I love here is the upgraded nozzle. That means you're getting really, really fine details. You're not wasting any filament, and this is really going to minimize filament leakage. So when you're doing finer details like Lord Humongous here, this is going to get every detail without any leakage. Also, the stunning colors are fantastic. So you got those reds, those yellows, etc., etc. Imagine making an entire castle, and you can print that out very nicely, and you have the white walls and maybe the blue roofs, and really make it pop, and you never have to paint it. So if you're somebody who doesn't want to have to do their own painting and wants it just to be done when it's done, this is a great option for you. All right, folks, and I do have to brag that they're using Anycubic Slicer Next. They've got a lot of really cool software that is proprietary. Their app is fantastic. You can manage everything in the app. Of course, it's got a camera built in, which really, really advances the system. And you know what? I'm a big, big fan. So speaking of being a big, big fan, this is another figure that I 3D printed. And I'm just gonna brag a little bit here. We taped off the boots, and then we used a spray paint here that has a built-in texture to make it look like they're a little bit more leather. So, you know, I guess why I'm showing you my action figures and things that I've 3D printed, to tell you that I really am somebody who loves 3D printing, and getting a Premier printer by Anycubic means a lot to me. And you know what else? My mom went ahead and cut out a little piece of flannel for Cactus Jack's shirt, and then I printed this on my printer with some adhesive and stuck on to where it looks like he has a decal on his shirt. Now the machine itself is, again, 4 or 8 color printing. It's got 110 degrees Celsius max hotbed temperature, 600 millimeters per second, a 4.3 inch touchscreen, and it has a net weight for the combo, for example, is 27.5 kilograms. And yeah, you've got a really large surface area. So if you're looking to print something larger, this is definitely the device for you. And it includes everything in the box that you absolutely need to get your printing needs done. Whether that's action figures, whether that's castles, whether that's Dungeons and Dragons, or you know, whatever you're working on. You need a door handle, you can make it with your 3D printer. So even if you're a novice or somebody who's done a lot of it like me, this is a great printer, and it's probably the best in the market right now, particularly at that price point. So the next figure I'm going to show you, again, a great 3D print, is WWE Superstar Kane. Yeah, I've got Kane right here. He fits right in with my collection. They're mostly 8 to 9 inch figures. So a couple of the FAQs is the camera included? And it's yes, there's a 720p camera included. And you know what? This is just a great product. Other people have asked, what's the recommended speed? Now, even though top speed is 600 mm per second, we're talking about 300 mm per second is very recommended, which is a very fast print. And you know what? The layer thickness, when it comes down to it, that layer thickness is really, really thin, so you get nice and smooth pieces, so you're not doing a lot of unnecessary sanding once you've printed something out. So folks, again, my name is Adam. We're talking about the best products in all the land, so you can really increase your hobbies, get a lot done, and the setup is so easy. So folks, you know I love you and I appreciate you, but it's definitely time to get to shopping. This is a company that I definitely recommend. They're a premier company and a premier brand, offering you a printer like no other on the planet, with that upgraded nozzle, the multiple filaments, the great attention to the detail, the fast printing, and you know what? This thing is actually very quiet. In our test, it's been about 50 decibels, which is just above ambient noise, around 40 decibels. So it's not super noisy, not like stinky like those old printers. This has just done a great job of making high quality products time and time again. So whether you're printing your Ultimate Warrior, you're printing your Road Warrior, whether you're printing your Powers of Pain Warlord, that's pretty cool, right? Or the Big Show, aka WCW's The Giant. You know, we've had a lot of fun with this, with all of our Anycubic printers, but this thing is a premier edition that you're gonna love. Folks, you know I love and I appreciate you, but what are you waiting for? This is a giant deal, so it's time to, let's do it together. Get to shopping. Go pick one up, you're gonna love it. Goodbye, my friends. Adios.